I saw this as completely unselfish on Tony Romo's part. Now, he did ask, according to reports, I think it was the Monday Morning Quarterback Report, he did ask the week before the Pittsburgh game, can I compete for my job? And I had no issue with that because, remember, Tony Romo has made 4 Pro Bowls and had started 10 straight years for the Dallas Cowboys. So I think it's completely inbounds for him to at least ask, can I compete with the 4th-round rookie at this point with actually 7 games left in the year? Can I at least come back to practice and compete 50-50 reps for the job that was mine, obviously, going into this year? No problem with that. In fact, I would have a problem if Tony Romo didn't want to compete for his job, because I think you would too. I think Shannon would want to compete for his job at that point. Just have the right to at least share some snaps in practice and show the coaches, I'm 100% healthy, I can do this. So that's number one. But then, according to several reports, then Pittsburgh happened. And Tony Romo stood in the locker room next to Stephen Jones, watched Dak come back into the locker room post-game Pittsburgh, having watched him with 42 seconds left do what we all know that he pulled off. And according to multiple reports, Tony turned to Stephen Jones and said, that ain't easy, what he just did. And he pointed to Dak Prescott and said, he is the man. Well, that was big on Tony's part because he basically conceded to the owner's son, who's obviously a 50-50 CEO of the company. He basically conceded at that point, hey, it's really his job now. I tweeted the moment that game was over, it is now time for Jerry Jones to do what he should have done 2 or 3 weeks earlier, which is call the media together outside the Pittsburgh locker room and say this is Dak Prescott's job from this point forward, no strings attached. No, Tony Romo is officially the backup quarterback. I needed Jerry to say that. You wanted Jerry to say that. Jerry wouldn't say that. So guess what? Still hasn't said that and won't say that. And you know what happened? Tony Romo said it for him. It took Tony a little soul-searching on the plane ride back to Dallas and Monday to say, you know what? This kid has won the right for me to go in there on my off day, our off day, and concede this job to him. And I love the way Tony chose to do it because it looked like he'd spent a lot of time writing that speech. It went for 6 minutes, but it was straight from the heart. He read it, but he also spoke it from the heart. And it touched me. I think it touched a lot of people because it came off as 1,000% authentic. And again, it wasn't selfish or self-serving. He was trying to clear the decks for Dak Prescott, who had earned the right to be the starting quarterback.
And again, why does he have to do that?
Because he is and was the starting quarterback for 10 years, and he knows how the media game is played on Wednesday when he has to be in the locker room, but it's Dak's day to speak as the starting quarterback, and Tony wanted to preempt that. Just a preemptive strike of saying, no questions. I don't want to be asked any questions. I'm going to tell you what I think straight from my heart. This is period, end of story. And we haven't heard a peep out of Tony Romo since then because he didn't want to upstage Dak on his day, starting quarterback speaks to the media day, which was Wednesday. Tony faded into the background, and I appreciate that because that's a hard background to fade into. And you could hear him pouring his guts out about how tough this year has been on him because he thought he was going to be the quarterback of the best team he's had so far in Dallas, Texas, and obviously it did not happen.